Welcome to Emblem Concert 2026 with working audio. Yeah, show me Tsubasas and other emotes in the chat. Sorry, Twitch chat, I'll check later. But right now I'm seeing the panel room one text predominantly. I thought it would be a fun little joke if I played the transition music at the very beginning of the set. There was a slight issue with that, though. Actually, I thought the music would be something different, so I may have tried to put that together 1 hour before the panel. Hopefully it was decent. But I'm Azrin127. I'll be playing some more Fire Emblem stuff on the piano, whether it was planned or not, like the Forgotten from Three Houses DLC. Thank you for the welcome back. It's great to... I am amazed that the universe trusted me to do this a third year in a row. I thought for sure... I thought there was like a 50% chance this panel would be rejected for myriad tech issues. But we got it. Shout out to PersonaCon for helping me figure those out in between EmblemCons. Now the transition music from last year that was originally going to be the cold open for this one. This is Expedition from Awakening. Now, I don't know who to blame for switching the transition music this year, so I'll just go with Daniel. Oh, Daniel Panel Boy. He doesn't mind. Woo! Anyway, so yeah, Awakening. I'm actually playing Awakening for the first time, and I'm not that far in. Like, no spoilers here, but like, I'm about to start chapter 6 or something like that. So I have a little more appreciation for that one now. Well, as long as someone asked, I was going to mention all this at the end. But Azran127 is my username on every single platform. I do this on my own Twitch channel from time to time, though it's not always Fire Emblem. I do plan to be back at this year's PersonaCon as well for Persona-based music, and I do original stuff also. So if you have like any platform that sells or streams music, I'm there. Same name. And that also includes an electronic album, believe it or not, but that's beside the point. Anyway, to this day, I haven't. I'm obviously not far enough in Awakening to make a solid conclusion yet, but my favorite Fire Emblem is still my first Fire Emblem, and that is good old Echoes on the 3DS. And this is one of the best overworld themes of all time. So let's play it now. This is a song for bygone days. I like to get a little creative with the extra bits on especially shorter songs like that one. And yes, yeah, you did catch Heritors of Arcadia mixed in there. That's another thing I like to do. I just like to throw in random other songs because why stop at one? Keep an ear out for others that will show up during the set list in some unexpected places. Thank you for the thunderous applause slash other ifs. All right. Anyone who is rocking the Tsubasa icon is about to rock it extra hard because I am obligated, honor bound, every single time I do this to add a Tokyo Mirage Session song to the list. This one is severely underrated. You can sing along in the chat if you know the words. I always dare people to do that. Sometimes they do. I think the translation of that title is From Me to You, and it was fitting that Aka was emotional because that is by emotional Key. I assume that was an intentional joke, but I wasn't sure. This panel is being this panel will be recorded. I'm pretty sure. I didn't hit the record button on my end. Come to the okay. If it's not being recorded, I will re-record these and do the playlist. I've got the playlist from past years up on the channel though, as well as last year's VOD is also on EmblemCon channel, because all the 2025 stuff is. All right, hooray! Confirmation that there's a recording. So stay tuned to the EmblemCon YouTube after the fact. And thanks for watching so far live. We're about a third of the way there. Cool. Don't worry, I've got more music for you. This one might go on a bit long because I like to have fun with this song. Also, this is not the only concert during EmblemCon this weekend. I'm basically the opening act for Flautist Acacia, who's going on tomorrow. I don't know, I'm offhandedly mentioning that as I'm about to play this song for no reason. I didn't mention it before I started playing, but that was meant to be Bright Bolt Sandstorm from Fire Emblem Engage, best battle theme in that game. I feel like Acacia would agree with that some way, somehow. And I tried to make it sound more like the Somnio camping version at the beginning before I let loose, as it were. All right. Now, of course, most of my set list tends to come from the modern titles because those are the ones that I've played. I started with Echoes and the EMS spinoff and continued from there. So, like, I know my Three Houses music and my Engage music, but, like, sometimes for these events, it's good to pander on a wider audience. So, I go back and I learn some of the classics. Where are my Sacred Stoners? I haven't played a Sacred Stone song at an EmblemCon yet. That's about to change. And what song did I pick? The last one? The final one. This is another shorter one. I might go in some different directions with it. Try as I might, I am not a full orchestra. There's only the one instrument in front of me, but I'm trying to imagine, like, if you reinvigorated this Game Boy Advance soundtrack, which is already really solid in its own right. Don't get me wrong. Composer did fantastic. Like, imagining a modern take on that with a full orchestra and how they could expand on that original 90-second song. That's the good. That's the kind of stuff I like to do sometimes. There's proof of concept involved. Yeah, so that was the final battle from Sacred Stones. But the thing about battles and finality is that there really is no finality to the battle that is life and hardship, the hardships that people face in life. But fear not, for EmblemCon is raising money for Doctors Without Borders, and there's like a QR code on the screen or something if you would like to donate. And so I challenge the chat right now. if you happen to like the next song that I play by any amount, then either, if you're able, times are hard for everyone. If you're able, consider making at least a small donation to the account. But if not, if you like the song and you can't donate, then at least share it around. It might find the right person. Every little bit helps, even if you cannot support financially. So I'm sure that everyone here at the con would appreciate that. Again, that is Doctors Without Borders. All right, charity plug done. No one told me to do that, by the way. I just like doing it. As for that next song, if you attended a panel of mine last year that was not the concert, especially if your name happens to be Phoenix Vocals, then you'll know that I have now developed a special attachment to this song from Three Houses. Paths That Will Never Cross from Three Houses, which we tried to give some lyrics last year. That's on the EmblemCon YouTube archive if you want to see that. Mostly Phoenix, though. All right. Believe it or not, I've done 7 songs so far, and don't worry, we'll get close to 9 o'clock before we wrap things up here. It's currently 8 something in my time zone for context. But I actually only had one more new song on the set list. So, yeah, and after that, we'll see about possibly playing some stuff from past EmblemCons over again. Maybe switching up how I play them in some way. But 7 tends to be a good number. It's actually 8 because I did the Forgotten earlier in the stream. on a whim, and then also threw it in to that arrangement of paths on a whim. That just happens, guys. Things happen with my hand on the piano, and I never know where it's going, other than trying to match the melody of the original to some extent. Anyway, there is one game that you're probably not expecting to be here, but I figured it would be a good way to conclude the main set list. That's because I am also hyped for the game that's not out yet. I'm not the first person to try and cover the Fortune's Weave trailer theme on YouTube. Uh, but yeah, that was a live piano version of it. It's a little hard for the in between chorus parts because that's acoustic guitar and it can get a little drowned out by the other trailer noises, like voices and stuff. I am approximating. Let's be 100% clear on that. But I'd like to think I got close and hit the important part. But before we move into any other songs from Fire EmblemCon past, there is one other thing I want to do with the Fortune's Weave theme. And I'm taking a risk on this one. It's something I don't typically do. So, bear with me, chat. We all know that in the modern Fire Emblem titles, the trend has been that you will hear the main theme and it will be all dramatic and war-like in the trailer, and as the title screen comes in with the opening cutscene, and then at the end of the game, you get the same song, but pared down and with some sort of heartfelt vocals that make you feel all emotional at the end. So, I'm talking Heritage of Arcadia, Edge of Dawn, Emblem Engage. I don't think that's the name of the Engage song. Fiery Bonds is the credits version of that song. But you know what I'm talking about? That trend right there. I'm making sense to someone, I'm sure. So I thought, what if, and again, bear with me, we've received no additional information on the game. I know very little about the story from the initial trailer, and yet, as someone who tried to do a lyric writing panel last year, I maybe felt compelled to prove myself. So now you're about to get the proof of concept for the Fortune's Weave ending theme. Hopefully we enjoy that. chasing a dream that is not mine to own. Believed in the light of your memories glow. I find the strength to keep moving. Ashes cover the land, they're burning devotion, I fear something planned. We don't need violence to lead a command, and that is something worth proving. Stars alight in the sky, guide as much as they mystify. Where they shine, we dare to divine the path that leads to tomorrow. But we cannot foresee. Fortune weaves a new tapestry, a rift in time that shifts paradigms when hearts are shrouded in sorrow. Strike true, stay by my side, even when I am petrified. On the stage we turn a new page for kindred spirits to follow. Stars alight in the sky, guide as much as they mystify. Where they shine, we dare to define the path that leads to tomorrow. But we cannot foresee. Fortune weaves a new tapestry, rift in time that shifts paradigms. Hearts so shrouded in sorrow. That was like one verse and a chorus worth of lyrics. It was a semi last minute idea. It wasn't as last minute as the song that I learned 1 hour before the panel, but it was still like a week ago I started writing these, so it's not a full proof of concept. That is more praise than I deserve to be slotted as a guest vocalist, because I am not. I don't consider myself a singer. But yeah, I try. I do sure try. If I had given myself more time, I probably could have done a full 3 to 4 minute thing with multiple verses and stuff. But it's also hard when you don't know the plot of the game. I'm making a lot of assumptions about the plot just based on the fact that it looks like a Three Houses follow-up and that it's called Fortune's Weave. And then also the character dialogue in the trailer. That was another motivator. Like, what did I write there? Strike true on the stage. Those are based on some of the dialogues. All right, so that's for real this time. All the new stuff that I brought to EmblemCon. Thanks for watching so far. We've got some time. I will do some more stuff. And also, thank you to anyone who may have taken up my challenge earlier to either donate to or share the Doctors Without Borders campaign that EmblemCon is running this year. You guys rock. Again, even just sharing, I want to reiterate, doesn't have to be a money thing. Because you don't know what fortune has been woven for you. That was terrible. I'm sorry. Okay. Which of these songs shall I bring back from past EmblemCon? Do we want another Tokyo Mirage Sessions thing? Because we're standing that and I'm doing that other panel tomorrow called the Tokyo Entourage Session. I know so many Tokyo Mirage Sessions songs. I did a genealogy. I think I did a genealogy medley last year. Is Fire Emblem? No, wait. It was specifically Fire Emblem 3, but I think music overlaps there. I'm not well versed in the classics. I'm sorry. I heard Tokyo Mirage Sessions, and I love Tokyo Mirage Sessions. What note does this last one start? Okay, I haven't practiced some of those in a little while. I was just like, I remember how to play them, right? And the Tokyo Mirage Session songs are a little easier to learn because they're pop and they follow a certain kind of chord progression. Other musicians know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna pick a song in E minor. Do you want me to bring back Edge of Dawn or Twilight of the Gods? Okay, one vote for Twilight. I should maybe check Twitch chat. Is Twitch also majority Twilight? Yeah, E minor. I'm glad someone got that. I love that episode so much with the E minor. All right, a little under 10 minutes left, so let's do one more song, and then you'll have just a couple minutes to prep yourself for the next panel, which is being run by Streets, who said goodbye to set up a little earlier. Thank you so much for coming before that, by the way. But Party Project is up next. It's like Mario Party infused with the Fire Emblem. I mean, like, come on, you gotta go see that right after this, right? All right, personal favorite of mine, one of the few classics I know. We're gonna end off, and as we ride towards the next panel, we'll do so together. Wow, I botched that one so much. The mistakes happen when you're doing this live. Let's take that back. I made the same mistake again. Wow. Thank you, EmblemCon! Go see Streets Party Project, and thank you, Aka, for the tech help and the hosting behind the scenes. That's it. We're off.
Thank you so much.